What policy that relates to the poor needs to focus on is how to create a bridge from this trap, or the one side of the chasm that the poor are often on, to the other side of stable work, income that's generated by working, and then all the things that go along with that. So much of the work that we do at the Public Policy Institute is to think about that bridge. What should it look like? What should be the girders? What should be the steel and the concrete that go into that? Well, for many years, we've been trying to understand what would be the set of policy changes that, if you put them together, could dramatically reduce poverty. So the four elements of this policy package are: first, transitional jobs for the unemployed and the underemployed that pay the minimum wage. Two, raising the minimum wage by roughly 25%.
Transitional jobs are short-term subsidized jobs, generally for people who are seeking work but cannot find work. Many individuals who end up benefiting from transitional jobs are people with barriers to employment. They may have dropped out of high school, they may have a criminal justice record, they may have a disability that precludes them from competing successfully to secure work in the regular marketplace. They may be people who have been long-term unemployed, just no employer will give them an opportunity to work. A transitional job represents a bridge for those individuals to get back into the productive labor force and to access the dignity of work.
The third change was to improve the earned income tax credit to do three things. First, provide a bigger earning supplement to low-income workers who do not have any children that are dependent on them. The second thing that we did with the EITC was we increased it for people who do have dependent children. And the third thing we did was we rejiggered it so that it would reduce the penalty for getting married. The fourth and final policy package was to provide additional resources to people with disabilities who are getting disability benefits, or seniors who've retired at age 65 on Social Security, so that this additional piece of income would bring them above the poverty line. So the Urban Institute put these changes into their model and basically hit the submit button 5 times. They hit it once for each policy standing alone. And what their model said was, if you did that, you'd have a little bit of an effect, but not a big effect. And the final time they pressed the submit button was when they put all these policy changes together as a policy package. And that was where we saw, not entirely to our surprise, but we were very, very pleased to see that if you put these policy changes together, if you combine them as a package, you can cut poverty by more than half. So even as we build what you might call the basic bridge to provide employment and make work pay, help those people not in the labor market, we need to pay attention to particularly evidence-based programs that help children avoid getting poor in the first place. The best way to help a child get out of poverty is to have a parent who is not poor. But that's not enough. We need other programs related to health, related to education, related to mentors, related to recreation. What is key is to follow the evidence, to put in place and put our resources into the programs that actually work. All these things are doable. We don't need to wait decades. We can, in this state and in this country, dramatically cut poverty if we have the will to do it. It is entirely a matter of will. We know what to do, we know what works. What we now need to do is do it.